Hey YouTube, it's Luke here. Today I'm going to do an unboxing for you on the T-Maxx 3.3 by Traxxas. I'm pretty excited about this, and the reason I want to make an unboxing video for you is to show you all the new features on the newest T-Maxx. Now I'm posting this in late 2015, so keep in mind that a lot has changed in the last few years with the Traxxas models, with like the TQI Bluetooth and stuff. There's a lot of things that I wasn't sure about in ordering this. I order from towerhobbies.com, and they do a pretty good job of giving you a breakdown of the features of each one of these models, but sometimes they don't even give you all the details. So I want to take this apart step by step just so you can see exactly what it comes with. It's got a new paint scheme on it, some different wheels, like I said, the Bluetooth, the TQI now. So without further ado, let's just break right into the box. Real quick though, I just wanted to tell you, when you first get a Traxxas model, you can pretty much use any kind of fuel, but I prefer the Traxxas fuel. It has a high oil percentage, and Traxxas recommends that you break their models in at 20% nitro. I run 20% during the break-in and 20%, pretty much anytime I run it. So also, just a recommendation when you order something like this, get some extra glow plugs. You're going to foul a couple glow plugs, and you don't want to be stuck waiting 3 or 4 days for one to come in the mail, and you can't drive your new truck. So get a couple glow plugs, they're only a few dollars a piece. Get some more body pins. It comes with like 8 body pins, but you're probably going to lose them. You pull them off outside, throw them in the grass, and forget about them. And some extra Traxxas foam filter oil. They've got those air filters on there, but every time you clean them, the air filter is one of the most important parts of these engines because they have to run so clean. So make sure that you're using oil every time you clean the filter. It'll make a huge difference in the life of your truck. All right, let's break into this bad boy. Okay, so I got the box open. There's a few things that stand out right away to me. Number one, Traxxas models do come with their own fueling container. Come in very handy, so don't buy one of those extra. Also, the battery for the Easy Start system is going to be packaged in the very back in the foam. Don't accidentally throw that away. You do have a bag here with a manual. You've got a couple chargers and some extra parts here. I'm going to open this up and show you individually what comes in this. Okay, so you've got your starter wand, which is going to be used to heat the glow plug and to turn the engine over with the Easy Start system. You have the charger for your battery. Now this has a 12-volt plug on the end of it. I'm not sure why it doesn't come with one with 110. I happen to have a battery pack I can use to charge this, one of those jump starters, but that's kind of annoying. The old ones used to come with a wall plug, so maybe there's one in one of the other boxes. It only came with 4 body pins, so order some extra body pins. You'll get these lost within the first 15 minutes, I guarantee it. Only comes with 1 glow plug. Comes with a lot of shock spacers. Now these are, going to determine the ride height of your truck and the amount of suspension travel that it has up and down. You can put a taller spacer in to give it a higher rise so it sits higher, and it'll absorb more shock when it lands. But also it's going to be more top heavy, so if you're racing or taking corners hard, you might want to put a smaller spacer in there to keep it sitting low and keep its center of gravity low to the ground. Last thing is owner's manual and some awesome decals. These things always come with nice decals. Traxxas does a good job, so you can decorate your truck up however you like. Alright, let me set this stuff aside. Oh, don't forget about the tools. Comes with a few different wrenches, Allen wrenches for the parts inside, an antenna wrench, and a wheel lug wrench on here as well. So let's take a look at the truck. Okay, so I've got my pistol grip transmitter here. What these say online is that it does include the Bluetooth module. The 2.5 model of this is definitely downgraded. It's missing some options as far as like the exhaust pipe. It does not come with that Bluetooth module. You have to buy it separately for the telemetry. It's not going to come with any telemetry sensors, a different receiver. It's got a bunch of differences to it, and not to mention it's just all around a little bit smaller. So again, here's the pistol grip transmitter. It feels the same as all the old ones. It's got the switch for reverse on the side. Now note, with a 3.3 model, it does not come with reverse. It's got a 2-speed automatic transmission and forward only. there's a reverse kit you can buy for only about 35 bucks. My theory on why they did that is because the reverse kind of sucks in the 2.5. It hangs up all the time, so I think they just wanted to do away with it so there was no problems. A lot of people don't even use reverse, so I don't know, just something to think about there, especially with the Nitro model. Other than that, you've got your multifunction dial here that you can set your steering, throttle, exponential, and things like that with. Steering trim right here on the side, and your throttle position set right here. So pretty much, again, your pretty standard transmitter as to what it's always been, but it does have the Bluetooth telemetry module in it now, as opposed to having that docking base down here on the bottom. Alright, now I got the white model supposedly. It's got a little bit of blue on it, but it's actually a really cool look. It's got like almost blue flames that go the whole way back. It's got a gray and a black scheme with some white accents on it. Looks sexy because it actually matches the motor. The motor cooling heads on these are blue, and now I know that I can get blue accent parts. You know, sometimes I like to buy like body mounts and bumpers, shocks, things like that. Well, I can get them in anodized blue and it'll really match this, so it'll look nice. So a new paint scheme on these is really awesome. Something that I always do on my models, just to give you a little bit of a heads up, is I always cut a little slot out of the front windshield here and one out of the back, so that it keeps a breeze flowing through the inside of the cab and over the engine in the back. It just takes that hot pocket of air that sits inside of these trucks and blows it right out of there. Just helps with cooling a little bit more. So take the cover off here. Alright, now it does come with an air filter on it. There's a pre-filter and an air filter on this, and it does give you a second one. It comes with two. That should be enough. You can clean them and re-oil them and always have a spare one at all times. So that seems pretty straightforward. There's a little information guide on here that tells you how to set up these shock spacers. If this is your first time with one of these models, you can definitely take a peek at these. If you've had them before, you know exactly what you're doing. So big important thing with this, don't throw this tag away. There's a tag on the fuel tank. It's the break-in tag. The break-in process on these is critical because it needs to make sure that this motor is broken in properly, because the tolerances are so tight. It has to maintain compression by doing that. Follow this exactly. I had a T-Maxx 2.5 model before that I really cheated the break-in process. I only did about half of what I was supposed to, and I tell you, within a couple weeks it was overheating, it had low compression, and I just had a bad time with it. So I'm sticking to these break-in procedures, and I recommend that you do the same as well. Now this model is really nice. I noticed right off the bat though that the battery compartment, you have to put 4 AA batteries in for the receiver. There's a note on Traxxas' website under this model that say it comes with chargers and a rechargeable receiver pack. That's not true. You can buy it. It's a 5-cell hump pack. I don't have it here with me now, but I actually have one from one of my older models I'm going to stick in here. The batteries last a while in it, but it can be a pain to take these screws out, put new batteries in, put the screws back in. It just, where it's at, it's kind of difficult. So I recommend buying the rechargeable nickel metal hydride receiver pack, putting it in here, and there's actually a charging port for it right on the top. You will have to buy a charger for a receiver pack. They're just one of those cheap wall chargers to plug in. So something to think about there. This thing is really nice. Comes with a wheelie bar from the factory. It's got a little set of wheelie bar instructions right here on the back. Again, if you're new to these models, you can kind of hang on to them and reference them whenever you're having trouble. But this wheelie bar, if you've ever driven something like this, it can come in real handy, because these have so much torque that, truthfully, they can get a little out of control and make it not fun when they start flipping over backwards. So that'll be good to have there. Again, this one has a 3.3 motor in it, so really nice blue anodized cooling head over here. It's got the Traxxas Resonator pipe on it. It's a dual chamber tuned pipe. There's a lot of upgrades with this. It's got a heavier steering servo on it, and a bell crank with a servo saver system. Those are just some of the extra features you get with this one. The tires on these things are monsters. I can't even believe it. I'm really excited to drive this. This is comparable to the Revo. The reason I didn't get a Revo and I got this, number one, it'll save you $200. Number two, I really like the stance of the T-Maxx better. It has more ground clearance. It's not as much for track racing as the Revo is, but it's definitely a great stunt machine, rock crawling, mud, all that. So definitely a really, really nice unit here. Other than that, it doesn't look like there's too much to talk about. you know, pretty standard shocks on it, bumpers, everything else. I bought some upgraded RPM bumpers off eBay that'll be here, you know, shortly. You know, I tear bumpers up pretty bad, so something to think about. But here it is, in case you're wondering. If you haven't seen it, I know there's not a lot of newer videos on the T-Maxxes on YouTube. In fact, I think the newest one I saw was posted in like 2012 or something. So hopefully this will give you a little clarification on what exactly this comes with and what exactly this model is. I'm going to do 2 more videos on this, one on the break-in process and one on the actual, you know, jumping of this and racing it. And I'm just going to do an overall review to kind of show you guys how cool it is, how much power it has, and how well it runs after I break it in. So thanks for watching this video. If you have any comments, questions about what you've seen here, what it comes with, how I'm liking everything, just feel free to post. I'll get right back to you usually within a day or two. I try to check my comments every day. So I appreciate you guys. If you haven't subscribed already, please do that. I try to put up new videos all the time to get you some good information on product reviews. So thanks again for watching. Have a great day.